This is your percent application finding the whole notes. As a service project, the 6th grade class helped plant trees in the neighborhood park. 36 of the trees were oak trees. This represents 60% of the trees planted. How many trees did the 6th grade class help plant? So we're looking to see how many trees were planted. Are we looking for the part, the whole, or the percent? We're looking for the whole. All of them. So we will not be sketching a tape diagram. We're going to set up our proportion. We know 36 trees out of the total amount of trees represent 60% out of 100%. So to find our total number of trees, we're going to cross multiply. 36 times 100 equals 3,600. We divide that by 60. We figure out x equals 60, which means 60 trees were planted in total. Number 1, Bernie repaired 12 bikes last week. This is 33.3 repeating percent of the bikes he repaired in the month of May. How many bikes did he repair in May? Well, we know he did 12, but we don't know our total. And we know those 12 made up 33.3 repeating percent out of 100%. So cross, multiply, and divide. 12 times 100 equals 1,200. Divide that by 33.333. And I get 36 point something, 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 depending on what you typed. So we're going to say about 36 bikes for our answer. How many bikes did he repair in May? X is about 36 bikes repaired in May. Number 2, a clothing store has a 20% off sale, making a pair of jeans $9.60 cheaper. What was the full price of the jeans? So we know $9.60 is that 20% off, but we're looking for our full price, which is 100. So we're going to figure out how much did the jeans originally cost. So $9.60 times 100 equals 960 divided by 20, and we figure out that the jeans originally cost $48 before going on sale. The jeans before they went on sale were $48. Ooh. All right. On the back of your notes, you're going to see that understanding parts, wholes, and percents, we're supposed to play tic-tac-toe, but I'm really just going to solve each of these problems and get the answers for you for good practice. Trisha made a 72% on her science test. If she got 18 problems correct, how many questions were on the test? So she got an 18 out of something and received a 72% out of 100%. So cross multiply and divide. 18 times 100 equals 1,800. If we divide that by 72, we figure out the test had 25 questions. She got an 18 out of 25. Donnie made 80% of his field goal attempts last season. If he attempted 60 field goals, how many of those did he make? This one's a little bit different. We know he made 85% of his 100% attempts for field goals. If he attempted to make 60 field goals, how many of those did he make? This time they gave us the part, or gave us the whole, and we're looking for the part. Cross multiply and divide. 60 times 85 equals 5,100. If we divide that by 100, we figure out that Donnie makes 51 of his field goal attempts. 51 field goal attempts made. "75% of the apple pies were sold on Tuesday, and the remainder were thrown out. If 12 pies were sold Tuesday, then how many were thrown out?" So if we know 75 out of 100% were sold, and we know we sold 12 of them, we need to figure out how much did we start with so that we can take that and figure out how many of those pies went in the trash. So cross multiply and divide. 12 times 100 equals 1,200. If you divide that by 75, you figure out x equals 16. That's not our final answer. 16 tells us how many pies we started with, and we sold 12 of them. So how many were left that went in the trash? You take 16 minus 12, and we figure out our final answer is 4 pies got thrown out. It's very important that you understand what you're reading so that you just don't solve for x and think that's your final answer, because in this situation, it was not. A scarf is made of cotton and polyester. If the scarf weighs 18 ounces, then how much cotton is in the scarf? Set up your proportion. The scarf weighs 18 ounces. That's our total amount of weight for the scarf. I know 65% of 100% of the scarf is cotton based on this table. And we're trying to figure out how many ounces out of those 18 are cotton. Cross multiply and divide. 18 times 65 equals 1,170. Divide that by 100. And we figure out x equals 11.7 ounces are cotton. A concert venue sells 16% of its tickets as reserved seats. An upcoming concert sells 8,000 tickets. How many tickets are reserved? Set up your proportion. I know that 16% out of 100% are for reserved seats. But the problem tells us the total amount of tickets that were sold for the concert, which was 8,000. So out of those 8,000 people coming to the concert, how many are going to get reserved seats? Cross multiply and divide. 8,000 times 16 equals 128,000. And we divide that by 100. We figure out there are 1,280 reserved seats. Out of 350 students, 315 went on the class field trip. What percent of the students did not go on the class field trip? 315 out of 350 kids went on the field trip. I want to know what percent went on the field trip so that I can use that to figure out what percent did not go on the field trip. Cross multiply and divide. 315 times 100 equals 31,500. If you divide that by 350, x equals 90. So 90% of the students went on this field trip. 100% minus the 90% equals 10% did not go on that field trip. final answer is 10% did not go. A baseball hat is on sale for 15% off, which is $2.70. How much does the baseball hat cost at full price? I know we're getting 15% off out of 100% of the price. And 15% off means we get $2.70 off the hat. I want to know, how much did that hat cost before the sale? Cross, multiply, and divide. $2.70 times 100 gives us $270. Divided by the 15%, the hat originally cost $18. Original price. The school book fair has 72 nonfiction books and 328 fiction books. What percent of the book fair is nonfiction books? Stop. This did not give us our total. You have to do a step before we can set up our proportion. The nonfiction books plus the fiction books equals how many total books we have. 72 nonfiction plus 328 fiction books equals 400. Please be careful when you read these problems. So, what percent are nonfiction? Well, 72 out of 400 books are nonfiction. And we want to know what percent that is over 100. Cross, multiply, and divide. 72 times 100 equals 7,200. Divide that by 400, and x equals 18% nonfiction. Last one. Jack is learning to save, spend, and give his money away. He has determined to give away 10% of his summer job earnings. If he gives away $256, how much did he earn this summer? I know we're giving away 10% out of 100% of the money that Jack makes this summer. It tells us that that 10% that he gave away was really $256. But $256 out of how many total dollars did he make for the whole summer? Cross, multiply, and divide. 256 times 100 equals 25,600 divided by 10. That whole summer, Jack earned 2,560 total dollars for the summer.